Hello everybody and welcome back to the Realistic Farming channel for Farming Simulator 25, where we use real equipment, we use realistic tutorials, we have a real lot of fun, and we use real tractors. I just did that all backwards. Let me try that again. Welcome in everybody to the Realistic Farming channel for Farming Simulator 25, where we use real tractors, we use real equipment, we have realistic tutorials, and we have a real lot of fun. Welcome back to day number 17. Sorry about the little mess up on my intro, but I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not going to touch it. Yeah, I played ahead like we talked about, and now we're into day 17. I went ahead and I finished seeding, and I changed the farm around a little bit, and we're going to show you guys, as you can see over in the distance. But I have to address something really quick about my policies and my the way I carry myself as far as that goes. So I was in a really good friend of mine's channel the other day, yesterday actually, when you guys watched this, will be yesterday, and he was live streaming. I'm not going to give out names, and I'm not going to give out things because I respect that person way too much to call out his stream. But everybody knows what my policies are on politics. I don't expect you guys to come here and talk about politics, talk about anything. I expect you to come and escape and watch some realistic farming and watch some cool stuff. And I happen to be in, let's feed Xena while we're standing here. There we go. She'll come running now. She's hungry. She hasn't had any food since last night, so she's hungry. But I was in this person's stream, and somebody decided to come in and pretend to be somebody they're not, and it became so annoying that I had to remove myself from the stream. And it's just, I just wanted to let that person know that if you watch my videos, don't try to do that stuff here, because you will be banned and blocked and everything else, because I don't put up with that stuff. I don't go into other people's streams. I go there to watch my friends. I plan on visiting with them, and I don't offer parts of my life unless they ask me. I don't just pop in and start trolling people and things like that. I think that's disrespectful, and that's all I'm going to say about that. We're going to move on now, and we're not going to spend a lot of time on it because we only have 30 minutes, so let's go. So we went ahead and we bought us a new cool piece of equipment, put ourselves in more debt. I'll show you what's going on. I don't know. Oh, and by the way, this video is going to be kind of cool because we're going to do something a little bit different on this video, because the boss, aka my lovely wife, has asked me very nicely if the next couple of videos, if I can put out of cab. And I normally don't do it, but I didn't even know she watched my videos, to be honest with you. So I was super excited about that. So she asked me, so we're going to come in here and we're going to go out of cab a little bit so you guys can kind of see. And if it turns out where everybody likes it, all right, maybe we'll stay. All right. So this is the Tigre car 3200. I guess it's super realistic. I've never seen one in real life, but I would assume that it's real since it's a base game thing. All right, Xena, you got to move. Beep, 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 beep. It's kind of cool because we can carry bales in this. We can carry all kinds of stuff, but normally I would drive like this. But my wife asked me, and so we're going to do that. Maybe this episode, maybe the next, then we'll go right back into this. We're still going to do things realistically, and we're still going to have some fun. So this way, for those of you who want to see out of cab, you guys got to get a chance to see it for a change. So like I promised you guys, we have literally literally got back all the equipment with the exception of two things. I need one more piece of I need a silo, which is what we got to get, and then I need a harvester, but we don't need that yet. So like I said, we went ahead and we finished planting the grass, and I'm not going to roll it, and there's a reason why, because even though it asks me to roll it, we are going to roll it after we mow it. So this is now grass. So once we mow it, then we're going to roll it, and we'll get a level of fertilizer, and B, it will then roll it. So we'll just let it grow into a meadow now. We get 95 yield bonus, and so we're good to go. So today, as you can see, what I did is I went ahead and I sold the bunker silo because I got thinking about it. It would have cost me another 80,000 or so in equipment just to, if not more, just to have the bunker silo, because at that point in time you need a silo for hay, straw, grass, and silage. I mean, you can keep the silage in there, but it just, after a while, like, you want to rotate it. So I figured it was easier to do bales. So what we did is we put this here, and what we're going to do with this is we're going to put our tractors and stuff in here for now until we have an overflow of bales. So I also went ahead and I fed the calves those few bales that we had in here. So that's good. So they're all fed to go, and they are still too young to be creating manure yet. So they've got 6,000 liters of straw and 5,687. Now I had 5,700 in here. So in one day, when it fast forward, they use 13 liters of food. So they're not even eating a lot. So I'm not worried about it getting right now. Plus, we can always buy bale. Also, we're going to put our hay bales in here. Let's get this open. We're going to stack them all the way along one side and along the other so that we can still drive in here. We're going to put them right to this line and then to this line. And that's going to be our hay bales. And then when we fill up with hay bales, because here's why. I decided not to do silage right now. Even though we have the ability to make silage, I show you, we have the equipment. These guys aren't big enough yet. We're just going to feed them some hay. Normally at this size in real life, you'd be feeding them milk, okay, by the bottles. They're still too little. So maybe after a couple of months, we'll start feeding them something other than hay. Maybe we'll give them some silage. Once they start get to the next growth stage, we'll go from there. Okay, so we went ahead and, as you saw our little thing, this is our bale wrapper, already loaded up with bale wrapping. Okay, so we're going to use the smallest gowel or go wheel. I think it's called go wheel. Baler, 125 bales. We've got our tedder, mower, rock picker, fertilizer, seeder, and the lime spreader. Oh, that's lime spreader. Sorry, that's not fertilizer. Where did our fertilizer spreader go? Did we get rid of it? I thought we... Oh, because this does both. That's probably why. Yeah, this does both. This does lime and fertilizer. That's what it was. And then we went ahead and we moved, here's our grass roller. We've already bought that. So here's our little grass roller. Super, the Maxi Roll 630, super realistic. We went ahead and we bought our baler netting, and we have our solid fertilizer here. So we're ready to go. So what we're going to do on this episode to get us going, since it's about 7 minutes, we're going to go ahead and buy these next pieces of property over here, which we could have just drove our little thingy over here. Let's do that. We're going to go across the street, and we're going to take out more of a loan, and we're going to buy us 3 pieces of property right across the street that we can make hay bales and stuff, and then we're going to take 2 of them and make them into silage bales, and because this up here is going to be hay bales, we're going to make 2 of them into silage bales, and 1 we're going to make into a crop so that we can have our straw still for our cows. This little tractor is kind of neat, actually, not going to lie. So you can put a bale in here, you can put loose stuff in here, you can, when we go to, like, it's just kind of neat. I'm just going to use it as a bebop tractor is what we're going to call it. Ooh, doesn't turn very good. She goes kind of fast, though, for a little, like, ATV looking thing. Oh, I think it's pretty neat. Right here, we talked about this in episode 1. Hang on 1 second. My wife is texting me. Let me find out what's going on with her real quick. I'm still here. There. Okay, so we're going to buy these. And what they are is, I'll show you on the map. Let's jump out here real quick. They are right here. 35, 34, and 44. And we're going to take this one and make silage. And then 44 right here, we're going to make a crop. Now, if you look, they're not only 2.37 acres and 1.4. Now, our field up here is... I think it was, it showed me before. I think it was like 3 point something. So it works out. You know why? Because I have to go like this. There we go. Let's go back up here where we can go here. Yeah, 2.37. I thought it showed me before. It was like 5. But so anyways, we need 57, 25, 67, 77. Come on. Why won't that click? All right, we got to go here and get to the farmland. There we go. There we go. So we need 75,000 there, 60, 85, 95, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, and then 55, 65, 70, and then mine. See, 5.18 acres. These 2 here don't even equal that. They're kind of small. And then this one here is only a 3-acre field. That's it. So we need just about $100,000. So let's go here. I remember this now. Go here. I've already got a $290,000 loan. So we got to get all the way up to, let's go to $125,000. So we're back in debt. Shut my phone down. It was driving me nuts. All right, so we're going to go here now. We're going to go back up here. We're going to buy this one. I think you got to go like this. Yes. Yes. There. Oops. Oh, I didn't have enough. Okay. All right. So we did not have enough. So we got to go here again, and we got to get to 75,000. Go to 100. That way we have a little money to spare on stuff. Oh, do I own it? No, I didn't do this one. There we go. So now we own 1, 2, 3, 4 fields, but we needed them because we need, now like I said, 35 and 34, and I want to keep them separate. I'm going to mow, that way we can mow one for silage, we can mow the other for silage, and then we can mow this one, or this one here will be a crop, and then our hay bales will come off of here. That's what we've got planned right now. The other section right here that we have, we're probably going to just mow that today. Let's just go back up to the farm and get the little mower out and get set up with that. I really like the fact of all of you guys' wonderful, amazing, fantastic comments that you guys are making. The only thing I don't like is this tractor's really loud, so I'll get out a little farther. Just so you guys can see it. It'll give you guys a chance to see for a change. And, yeah, my wife asked me very nicely. She said, hey, can you put out a few videos out of cab? Because I can't see nothing when you're in cab. And I thought, I play it realistically, honey. And she's like, yeah, but still. So I'm going to do at least this one. And if it takes off and everybody seems to like it, then we'll keep it this way for a while. But as long as we're still going to do everything realistically, it is the realistic channel. Let's get this because we're going to be coming back to that. Tractor way over there. I should have parked it over there because we're going to park it. We also had a wonderful comment. Somebody asked me, I like doing this when I'm running just so I can kind of see what I'm going. Somebody asked me in the comments why we wash our tractors in the morning before we work instead of at the night. Well, it's because when we start up and we're fueling and you put the little gas filter thingy or whatever you call that into it. Well, it's filling up. Sometimes it takes a long time. Some of our tractors hold a lot of fuel. So while you're doing that, you kind of just spray it off and you kind of clean it off. Plus, at the end of the night, we're so beat, we're so exhausted that we just kind of park the tractors and we get them in the morning. That's all we do. But in the wintertime, sometimes when we're bored, we'll wash them before or after we use them. So I'm not used to playing out of cab. So you guys are going to have to get used to it. Watch it right there. We're going to mow that. And then eventually our silo is going to go there. That we can put our crops in. That's what's going to go there. And it'll be fun. I think we've got a good base. I think we've got a good set here. We're going to grab our Samaz mower. And now the next couple of days we got stuff to do. Because once we get mowed up, we're going to get our fields mowed first. All of them. Then we're going to get them tedded and baled up into hay. I am not used to doing this out of cab. All right, there we go. Then we're going to plow that one in, which will give us stuff. But once we get through October and into November, we're not going to be able to do any field work. So my goal is that this will grow into stage 1 in October. By November, we'll be able to mow again because it'll be at least stage 2, and we'll be able to make more hay bales out of it. From that way, if you know what I mean. So get this out here. Now we got to find a way to go around this field. Yeah, we're gonna do this, I think. Now what I would do is I probably wouldn't, like, we mow at about 5 to 6 miles an hour. So let's get this cruise control set down a little bit. I definitely don't like it out of cab, but I'm doing it for a special person. Now let's take this down to 5. There we go. Let the RPMs come up a little bit on it. Just to mow this. Actually, you know, this is pretty low grass. We could probably get away with we could probably get away with 6 to 6.2. This is what it would be like inside. Now we're going to go around to the other side. We'll go backwards. But you guys have been amazing. There's been a couple of people asking, you know, like brought out, like they were saying things like, you know, they watch the other people for they watch the other people for entertainment. They watch me to learn stuff, and that made my day. Really did. We might get quite a bit of hay off this. I don't know. Let's get her going. So weird playing out of cab. Not gonna lie. Now what we're gonna do is this done. Roll this backwards. Oh, I love that. See how I couldn't mow it backwards? Super, super awesome. There we go. Now, I think for my sake, I might go right back into in-cab next time. But it's just, I just wanted one video for her. Just so she can see that I do it once in a while. She was like, first of all, while I'm in here, I've got to change I can't. Whoops. Gotta leave that on. I gotta go to, gotta turn my vehicle volume down because it's too loud. It just feels like really crazy loud. There we go. Much better. There we go. In cab, I'll turn it back up. Okay, guys? So you guys can still hear it. I'll turn it back up. But I want to be able to not have to shout over the tractor. When you're out of cab, it's really, really loud. There you go. Got that good mow done. Now we're going to go turn around and go backwards onto the grass we already cut. There we go. And this way you guys can get a chance to see. So generally speaking, you can mow about 5 acres in an hour. And it's about, now like I said, our tractors don't have speedometers on them, but we have tested them before, and speed-wise, and that was with our quad that we drove next to it that has a speedometer on it, and we go about 6.2 to 6.3 miles an hour, depending on the high grass. Now, when it gets really super high, you know, waist high or higher, then we're only mowing at like 3 miles an hour. But because this isn't very high, we can get away with 6. So, those of you who ask the real speeds. Now, in game, there was a world record that was set in the UK. Somebody mowed 110 acres in a day with the Krone triple mower, and what they did is they were mowing on a field that was completely flat. And it was they set a Guinness Book of World Record. I actually watched the video. It was it was to see how many acres they could mow in a day, and they ended up mowing 110 acres. But then they averaged like 14 miles an hour. But it was a flat, wide open, nothing in the way, and it did not count them going from field to field. Like basically, the timer stopped while they went. Well, in real life, it doesn't happen like that. I mean, they did it in real life, but what I'm trying to say is when you're a farmer, it doesn't happen that way. Because it takes time to drive to the next field and things like that. And sometimes, like, our fields are 10, 15 miles apart sometimes. So we, it takes time. So there we go. This little Samaz, I own this in real life. So for those of you who know, this actually is how we generally mow. This is what you would see inside. There are videos out there for those of you who want to see it. How Farms Work is out there. They're good friends of mine. Ryan's a good guy. He's the one that runs that channel. Now, what we're going to do now is, since we've got 2 headlands, we can go now, start going around the other way, so we don't have to keep going around. 10 more minutes and we'll be done with this video. See, that's why I like it. I like 30-minute videos. You guys don't get bored. I don't get bored. And I do like the longer videos too, so don't get me wrong. But I'm trying to find that happy medium of, we're getting a little busier on the farm. It's getting point where winter's like setting in. So we have different aspects we have to work on. Like the last couple of days has been like 50 degrees outside. So we, oops, I could have just done that. There we go. We been fixing fence posts. We've been getting the barns ready to go, things like that. So it's been kind of neat, actually. Get us going. And then before you know it, and here, the other thing I wanted to point out too is a lot of people were asking me what we do. There was actually 3 people that DM'd me and asked me questions, and it's pretty cool. If you guys don't feel like, if you're too nervous or you're too, like, you don't feel comfortable asking questions in the comments, then you're more than likely to DM me, providing I know you. In other words, I don't want to add you as a friend on Steam because I don't have social media. I use my Steam as a communication tool. We're actually going to go one more headland right here so that we can just spin around that. But there was a couple people that were good friends of mine that messaged me, and they asked me little things like, what do we do with the slurry and stuff in the wintertime, because we can't spread it in the wintertime, but you can. Here's the thing is, first of all, any day that it is above 40 degrees, or let's say realistically above freezing, you can put that right on the ground. And we do it in the dead of winter. Many a times we're doing it in the snow. Many a times we're doing it and the ice and everything else, because we don't have a choice. Being a smaller farmer, we don't have the manure and slurry storage that a lot of big farmers do. We do have an underground slurry pit. It goes into a big giant pit that fills the above ground, but it also fits in ground too. So, but there comes a point in time, like when you have a lot of cows, like we do, we have 125 head of cattle now, of Holsteins. It gets to the point where you can't store it much. Plus, realistically, it gets pretty smelly, it gets pretty gross, and you don't want the neighbors to get upset about it, because they do, and it starts to get it. When we store it, like when we get to be like, let's see, December, when it gets, the snow starts hitting on the ground, December, January, February, it starts to, you can smell it inside the house. It gets so bad. I'm not going to lie. So we want to make sure that we're spreading it and getting rid of it and getting it onto the ground, and it dissipates the smell, and it takes care of itself, if you know what I mean. So we're constantly doing that all winter long. We're constantly doing that, but there is a time when you don't spread as much, and we also have enough fields that we spread it on. Like one of my fields, it takes us, like 25, 30 tanks to do the whole field. So you're running back and forth, you're doing stuff. But that was a really nice question that they asked me, and I wanted to reiterate how it works and things like that. So it's pretty cool. I liked all the questions. I like giving you guys the answers. So if you guys do feel comfortable, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments, and I will put the answer in the comments. If not, if it's too long of an answer that's needed, I'll go ahead and just say it on a video, talk about that during the video, so you guys can know how it really works and how everybody does it. But as far as slurry manure, we are constantly spreading it. In fact, realistically, there isn't a single day that goes by that we cannot clean our barn. We have to, we call it scraping. We have to scrape our barn every single day. We have to, maybe once a month, we change out the straw bedding that goes like, because what happens on our barn is we have a section where it's just right inside the door in the heated part of the barn for our sick and our weak and our younger animals that can't really fend for themselves in the winter. Because when it gets winter time, like the older ones, the mamas that are expecting their babies, ones that just had their babies, things like that, you know. So we call that the bedding area, and we have that that gets filled with straw, and they stay in that section pretty much while they're having their calves, and they're weaning them off their calves, or they're hurt, or they're injured, or the vet's got to look at them, or anything, any number of things. That's a nice heated area. That's one of the areas, the only areas in our barn that we heat, that we have to, and it's for the those kind of animals. So we take that. So we have about once a month we have to clean that out, and it gets to be about probably about 2 or 3 feet thick of muck and yucky stuff and all kinds of stuff in there. And then we change out the bedding. We give them fresh straw in that area every single day, but it gets built up over time because generally speaking, they're not moving a lot. The cows are just kind of standing there and they're not doing a whole heck of a lot. So they're it gets built up. So it gets to be. There's been times when it's been as tall as my skid loader. There we go. We're done mowed. Now, next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna we will TED this, but then we're gonna let it sit. Let's check the weather. Go up here, see what we got for. Okay, well, 2. I think, yeah, because it's going to rain 2 days in a row. So what we may have to do is we can TED it today, but then it's going to rain, and we're going to have to, the 19th, if you can see over in the bottom right-hand corner, the 17th, it's going to rain. The 18th, it's going to rain, and then the 19th will be dry, but then we got rain, rain, and rain. So the 19th is the day we have to get this done. Okay, so that's the one day that we have to get everything done. So we'll TED it today for on camera, and then the next 2 days we're not going to be able to do anything with it. It's going to have to sit here. Then on the 20th, we're going to have to come back and TED it again before we can mow it. That way it can dry out. Now, obviously, this is the magic of Farm Sim, so we don't necessarily have to do that. But, yeah. We'll get her set up over there, and then what I'll do is we'll start this, and then I'll go ahead and, you know what we didn't buy? That's a windrower. We didn't buy our tedder. Yep, we don't have a tedder. All right, so we won't be able to do that because we only got a couple more minutes left. So I got to go down to the shop and buy more tedder and things like that and bring it back. And unfortunately, we might not get it tedded today because it's already 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we got mowed. That was about it. But I also addressed some things. So like I said, we'll TED this. I'll try to TED this sometime today. Or early in the morning before the rain. But then once that rain hits, it's going to soak it back up again, and we're going to have to TED it maybe a couple, 2-3 times just to get it undone, especially with 2 days of solid rain. But I'm not expecting a lot out of this little section here. I'm only expecting maybe a couple of bales if we're lucky. But the little babies won't take that much. And then we'll go down, and if it's not going to rain, let's see again. Where are we here? Okay, the 19th, then the 20th, 21st, and 22nd is going to rain. So what we'll do is we'll start plowing in the one field that we have that we're going to turn into crops. We'll just plow the grass right in and start making ourselves our field now, and we'll just work in between the raindrops is what we'll do then. As soon as it rains, we'll stop, things like that. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'll get ahead, and on the 17th, I'll get that tedded up. I'll get our tractors back, or I'll get our tedder back. We didn't buy a tedder yet. And then when we come back after that, after the rain, we'll start windrowing it. How's that sound? Sound like a plan? All right, guys, on the end of the, we made it to the end of day number 17. Almost said episode again. So please, please, please look out for yourselves, look out for each other, and most importantly, look out for each other's families. Be sure to like and subscribe and share. Hit the little notification ding bell so you get notified when Fury drops a video. Be sure to enjoy the night, the day, the weekend, whenever you're watching this. And remember, I love you all, and I will catch you guys right back here on Saturday. So enjoy your Thursday, please, please, please. But yeah, I didn't mean to start the video like that, but it really, really, really frustrated me. I just think it's a sign of disrespect that people go in and troll, and people just do that. So if the guy's trying to stream, and he's trying to stream a brand new game, and you're up there, you know, trying to be something you're not, and it's just, it was annoying. All right, guys and gals, get out of here. We're going to go ahead and, off camera, when I come back, I'm going to go ahead and run down before it gets totally dark and grab the tether and bring it back. And then I'll park everything, and then we'll get started. So, yeah, on that note, guys, get out of my house. We'll see you guys on the next one. Love you all. Have a great one.